First of all, what I want to do is congratulate you for having information and for having some direct references about what is happening. I think it's important for people to know where you're from, that you have contacts with your family, and that this should be appreciated. And it hurts me that, and this isn't a criticism of you, but you discredit yourselves when you speak. It's not that I thought it was just talk in the afternoon, in the morning. The only thing Adrira does is make it so there are only a few people, but those few people are just looking for fun and only want to hear the good news about the club and want to hear the good things afterwards.
They doubt.
They doubt, well, but whether they doubt or reject information that you have directly, and who better than you, very few people are as well informed. People will say, no, but they're not in Barcelona. With Fermin Bueno, damn it, we're talking with Fermin's closest family, who have been in contact with the family. And damn, and you have to have a bit of respect. You have to have a bit of respect for what's there. Whatever is happening, whatever is going on, doesn't mean that Fermin is definitely going to leave. And if Fermin stays, we're all going to celebrate. And then they'll say to us, no, but was all of that a lie? It's not that it was a lie. It's that all of us in our lives can get offers. You too, well, I hope someday some media outlet comes to you, right? And they say to you, oh, hey, look, we want to offer you a chance to take a step up in quality with this, with that, and so on. And then you guys consider it and say, wow, now I have to leave the channel that I've been nurturing over the years that I've worked on. We've grown on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram. And now you have to move on to a big media outlet. Damn, you're really going to appreciate it. They offer you twice the money. Even if you join a club with 80,000 players on the roster or in the locker room, you know? Damn, I think you have to assert yourselves with the information and the direct source you have. Even if there are two people in the chat who want, in this case, to cast doubt on everything that comes out in the media. What? Then that is also part of it, and it's our fault, and it's our responsibility for certain things we report, that they don't end up happening. The problem is that people, the feeling is what I always say, that there are no gray areas, that here it's either black or white, and the market changes. What yesterday seemed like Fermin had decided, he might go into the locker room this morning, and only 3 or 4 people talk to him while the rest say nothing. It happened with Roland.
Roland, did it really happen, right?
Does it change anything, or do you still feel like leaving? Because maybe someone says to you, damn, Fermin, this, 15 kilos? Damn, Fermin, no, don't waste it. Of course, don't waste it. Barça can't pay you this due to their finances right now. So that's the situation. I think it's important for people to have that perspective about a situation like this under these circumstances. Didn't he already say on the day of the Gamper that he didn't want to leave? Yes, but the thing is, the day of the Gamper was almost a month ago. We're talking about
and
things have changed in the past month. 2 league games have been played. Have things changed for you? During a break in Mallorca, you didn't get a single minute on the field against Levante. Of course, you know. So, damn, I understand that in the end, the kid might have those doubts, the kid in the family, because in the end, it's not just about the kid anymore. Yeah, have you talked to them? Won't they make his life easier for what's left of it?
Exactly.
Heading over there?
Exactly. And of course, one of the things they told us was that, of course, who can tell you that tomorrow an injury or something won't end your career? So yes, Miran Ansu Fati had it all. He was the king, right? And has Ansu Fati's career been ruined? I mean, so their opportunities, their trains, we have to question all of them. And Gerard, it's Chelsea, but today's Chelsea isn't the same Chelsea from 2 years ago. I mean, this Chelsea looks really impressive. So, of course...
Could understand it. Honestly, I would go somewhere else. If I have other offers, well, maybe I would also go somewhere else. If that's one he has, it's not the only one. There's that too. People who want peace of mind and maybe those who don't want to suffer anymore, it's fine if they leave. See you on Tuesday. See you on Tuesday.
Until the market closes? Yes.
Yes, until the market closes. Because I'm sure that this whole story is going to get complicated. Because now the fact that this has come out is going to create a chain reaction of clubs that will be interested. If Romero wants to leave for money, don't blame the board. We respect all sides. Amen? But Aspurito, is that just a fantasy you're having at this hour of the morning? At this moment, in this case, no one has accused the board. Or at least I haven't accused the board. No one. Yesterday, I asked exactly this. And I said, hey, but can we somehow force Fermin's departure from the club because they need it? And they told us that with the approval from the board of directors of those 7 million, if more is needed, they will provide more. And when those departures happen, will they be registered? Therefore, damn, I don't know. The feeling is that it doesn't have to happen, that Fermin doesn't have to leave. I'll tell you something else too. Today we're talking about Fermin. Tomorrow or the day after, we'll be talking about someone else for sure, because it will happen. For sure. Because this week, United already picked up the phone. For sure. United already picked up the phone this week. And Mark said, is everything okay? Good? And Mark said, go ahead. Because with Casado, there are other matters too. There are other matters. There are other matters about representation and stories. So people need to be aware. I just wanted to say, well, unfortunately or fortunately, Barça today can't have access to sources like other channels can, and it's not just mine, but other channels as well. But now that you're living directly from the water, from Fermin's environment, and you're there with Agusti, and when Portabella isn't at the Sports City, you're there digging for information and these things. Damn, well, I want what they've been saying since 8:30 to be respected. Here are the Sacapuntas duo. We're watching them. And I feel bad because I have no need to come here and defend your information, but I want you to respect it. It really annoys me to see just 2 or 3 people smoking here, but on other channels, it's constant smoke. Well, it's all very funny, and it's kind of become part of the joke and the gag. But damn, in this case, I think it's good. And then all the fuss and extra fuss. Whether it's Gabi, Fermin, the other guy, the one with the motorcycle, or the girlfriends. This is just part of it. It's part of the movie, and it's part of life. And if they've really had something, well, honestly, I have no idea if anything has really happened between the two of them. And these are sports moments. Gerard needs to understand that when things contradict what's said, it's normal for people to have opinions. Because Palmer is more of a starter at Chelsea than Olmo is at Barça, or the statements from the player, or the coach of the club itself. It's not about discrediting anyone. Everyone can have their own opinion and beliefs. Calling someone a character like that is disrespectful. And King, forgive me, character, not person. You are a person. You obviously have your own opinion. I wouldn't disrespect you. Forgive me for calling you a character. But you are people who only create a movement to discredit the work of these individuals. 2 people who were having dinner last night were on their free time and were on their damn phones to get information about Fermin's closest circle. So you come here and with your comments, with total freedom, all you're doing is discrediting the free time they had. These people who yesterday used their time at night to inform you through their social networks. It's amazing that you came here this morning and have firsthand information about what's happening.
That's amazing, Gerard, really? That's right, literally. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Simply respect. Obviously, you can be free. And obviously, like you, there are many people who are very upset, in which each one wants to say it in some way or tell their story, of course. And that, like yesterday, for example, is because, no, there is already a formal offer. The club denies it. Fine. Well, they deny it. Perfect, you know? So nothing happens. It's no big deal if it's denied. Because the interest is already there, but the offer hasn't come in yet. Well, San Antonio maybe rushed things a bit yesterday. Well, that's it.
And what they told us focuses solely on one thing. Chelsea Fermin, I mean, nothing about Barça. So any amounts that Barça might offer, none of that. We only asked exclusively about Fermin. So is it true that there's an offer from Chelsea? Yes. And besides, as we've already mentioned, right?
It leaves me a little confused. Jenny, honestly, me. Especially the end of what we were talking about, as if she were, I don't know, justifying a little bit what was happening. It really throws me off, honestly. But, well, that doesn't mean that one thing or another is going to be done.
Exactly. And there in the chat, Angel Padremañ. If they say registering the missing players with guarantees and departures is enough, why sell and weaken the squad? But Angel Padremañ. It's just that it's Fermin. It's Fermin who's doubting right now. No matter how much he says he wants to stay, is that offer making him doubt? And what's happening now up until this point, maybe it hasn't made him doubt. But now it does, you know? Yeah, now it does. Now it does.
Well, that's it. We just have to wait a few days and
Hug, Francesc Borgman. And thank you very much. Thank you very much for... Thank you for supporting our channel and acknowledging its direction. I respect you. And I'm not here to give anyone a lesson. I'm not here to give anyone a lesson. I'm here to defend two guys who do a great job and whom I listen to every morning. All right? From now on, you can continue with your thing and stay here. And we'll feel more at ease if you don't come with us. So don't worry.
calm down, man, calm down. I think Gerard has been very polite, right? What's next? And super polite and calm down, please. Also, the people who subscribe to our channel. They should be grateful that Gerard, even in his free time, because he's probably preparing the 12 o'clock show, is listening to us. He wanted to, I mean, on his part, the gesture of coming in to share what he shared. Please stay calm and show respect.
Let him speak and be with us already. And
imagine, for us, everything that it means that Gerard, who is number one, and I say it clearly.
No,
Gary.
For us, yes. For
us, yes. I mean, about the market issue. Barça coming here this morning to say this. Well, I think our community should be proud that Gerard is coming.
I'm not number one because I admit that in the end, there are moments. And right now, I'm at a point where I have many other priorities, like a family, and I can't be available 24/7 for everything that's going on.
And that's why...
So I don't have all the information, nor do I pretend to be number one in all of this, because there are great professionals who dedicate 24 hours a day to all of this. All I want is to highlight figures like yours who are here. Unfortunately, with a little more shadow than those of us who can be on the front line. And I just wanted to come in here with you all this morning and give a little support. Well, and to give you support, because damn, it's crazy what's going on. It's crazy what's happening. Gerard is holding back. Why not on his channel? If he didn't reveal it on your site quickly, no, Felipe, really, me?
A round of bans could definitely happen.
Well, yeah, a round, silly. Maybe it does get in. But think about what I'm saying, that on my channel, I already know what's coming my way. I'll get more Merengon fans. I'll get this. I'll get that. I don't know what else will come my way. But here, with the people that you are, damn, I want people to have respect for you. Obviously, you're free to say whatever you want, but just be a bit careful about it. Be a bit careful about the topic. Of course. What's going on with Francesc Borma? Or I'll clarify Gerard's comment. Defending yourselves is commendable. He deleted it. It's okay. No, don't delete, Joan. Did someone delete the...
Calm down, PC. Calm down.
Having people here really giving their opinions, there's quite a lot of work there. I like the work. Me? Does it make you cry that he left his channel because of the comments? Not crying, but sometimes someone sends you a private message. Unfortunately, we can't control this, and that's just how it is. It's messed up, you know? Of course. Gerard, I've only pointed out your unnecessary digs. For Deco, the club's fair play issue restricts his normal market activity. Yeah, well, that seems fine to me. We all have...
All wrong about Deco, huh? I've said...
Well, but I've said that Deco has done a really good job with the contract renewals. But for me, Deco keeps failing in other things. Knowing your limitations, you must spend the year working with profiles of players who will become free agents. And this, unfortunately, doesn't end up happening. It doesn't end up happening. And there are a lot of gaps. Because Deco is very good face-to-face with negotiation and these things. But then there are things that slip by him incredibly. And then there are moments in the summer when you have to know how to manage the situation a little better. Because you can't go to Brazil to inaugurate this thing you have in the middle of summer. Cover up a little, just this. But hey, let the time go as it should, because the burn is there too. Because the situation isn't easy. Because it's clear that he's tied up. And I wish I had the January 1st and the freedom to see all the moves we could see. Exactly, because it would be something different.
Let's see if it happens. A transfer window with January 1st and total freedom.
The club believes that in the January market, This is another thing. Last night, I also sent a message. No, in January, we'll already be there. Why do I say that? No, I mean, because the moment the stadium opens, once your very important person seats are approved, the league will validate your one-to-one and you'll be able to attend.
1-to-1 unlocks everything.
I mean, come on. Now it's January. Before it was in June, January of...
Last year, too, January of last year was also dedicated to something like that. Seriously, putting jokes aside, what Tebas did is unbelievable. I mean, huh?
But with Barça and with everyone, yes.
With everyone, I mean, the league is a mess. I mean, sorry, yes.
Yes, that's how it is. It's fucking... And then on Monday, they'll put on the big circus of the last day of the transfer window, and you'll have to explain to me on Monday what the last day is going to generate.
Transfer window. Quick signings there. Otherwise, I doubt any big signings will come to the
league. Either they pull something out of their sleeve that suddenly changes everything, or I don't know. I don't know what we're going to have on Monday in that special they're putting together for the end of the transfer window. But, well, let's see what happens. What I think is that today is an important day with the training, and let's see what happens there after the training. It's 10 a.m., and the sporting director isn't at the training center yet. He worked hard yesterday. I imagine, well, that he's finishing getting things ready and will probably arrive at the training in a little while. And let's see what happens. Let's hope we don't have a visit to Barcelona. And I'm not saying anything, but I'm here with the flight radar open. I'm just saying, let's see if a flight from London comes here to talk face-to-face with good old Fermin, right? This could be something else. There might be a move that makes you say, damn, you need to meet this man in person and explain things to him. They say he deserves it, right? Yesterday, Miguel Rico said he had already called her. But anyway, I won't take up more of your time. I just didn't want her to leave. And if you were the Sacapuntas duo, since you two are here every day, at 8:30, we go over the news every morning. And so... it was a way to thank both of you, to congratulate you, and to keep working, because you do a really good job.
Thank you very much, Gerard, really, from the bottom of my heart, man. We love you a lot, and honestly, you are a role model for us, truly.
Role model. We're all in this together. Big hug.